This week has seen the highly controversial extension of ULEZ, the ultra-low emissions zone in London, which has now been extended to cover all London boroughs. And if your car is not compliant, you need to pay £12.50 a day to enter London. Now this perfectly maintained Audi A3 is not ULEZ compliant. It's regularly serviced and it returns miles per gallon figures in the 50s and sometimes even in the 60s on the long run. This car is fitted with a DPF, a diesel particulate filter. It's right here. This stores particulate matter and keeps it within, and then under certain conditions, like a long journey, the engine management system will regenerate this DPF. Changes in fueling and injection duration and the like will superheat the DPF, burning off the particulate matter and turning it into ash where it's ejected from the exhaust pipe. Ironically, somewhere beautiful like this, possibly. Take a look inside this exhaust tailpipe. Does this look like a filthy machine to you? A gross polluter that pumps out soot and carbon? Exactly, it isn't. But despite all of this car is non-compliant. And this is because it conforms to the Euro 5 emission standard and not the Euro 6, which it needs to. Now clearly it's not just about particulates, it's also about carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons and hydrocarbons combined with nitrogen oxides. In these two tables you'll see the difference between the Euro 5 standard and the Euro 6 emission standard. Fortunately, this is not a problem for me anyway, because I live in the country and I like it that way. I really can't bear cities. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that I'd rather poke a wasp up each nostril than spend a day in a busy, crowded city environment. It's just not for me. And on the rare occasions when my friends might coax me away from the fields and the forests into London, I'd take the train anyway. And trains around here run on electricity, and that's got to be the greenest way of all, unless I was to ride there on a horse. Don't rule it out. I am a knight after all, and some say I look good on a horse. I'll let you judge for yourself. The people I feel the most sorry for are the elderly, who might have an old, really well-maintained car. It's probably their last car. They probably wouldn't be thinking about buying a new car, and it might just stop them from driving altogether, take away their independence. Also, carers who need to call at multiple locations a day to look after their patients. And tradesmen, small business owners who work in and around London. It could cost them a fortune to replace and kit out a new van. If this was really about air quality, then these vehicles would be banned altogether if they were that bad. You wouldn't be able to buy your way out of it by paying £12.50 a day. Maybe they should concentrate on the underground if they're concerned with air quality. Because the last time I spent the day in London, when I got back, I blew my nose and the brown mess that was in the tissue was ungodly. And I'd been breathing that all day. Meantime, I'll continue to breathe the air here, where I'm much happier.